Earthworm, Feridima postum, nervous system of earthworm. So let us see the nervous system of earthworm. For that, we need to go with the segments of the earthworm. So showing the segments. Then need to draw that prostomium, which we don't give number to that segment. From here, we have to give number. Peristomium is the first segment. So these are the segments. Okay. So as usual, our the feature, the mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, 5, 6, 7, esophagus, 8, gizzard, that as usual, that routine, that elementary canal we draw. Now we need to locate the ganglia. And nerve ganglia present in the third segment. We say it as suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia. A nerve ganglia in the third segment is said to be as suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia. Nerve ganglia in the third segment, above the pharynx. Whatever the nerve ganglia present, that is called as suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia. Okay, so let me label this suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia. Above the pharynx, whatever the nerve ganglia is said to be suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia. Okay, nerve ganglia. Next, a nerve ganglia, one more we will find in the fourth segment. A nerve ganglia in the fourth segment is said to be subpharyngeal nerve ganglia because that is present in the below the pharynx. Hence, we call it as subpharyngeal nerve ganglia. A nerve ganglia in the fourth segment can be termed as subpharyngeal nerve ganglia. So that means based on the pharynx, you are giving numbers. Suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia, subpharyngeal nerve ganglia. Okay. Then suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia connected to the subpharyngeal nerve ganglia with the help of a nerve connective. What do you say it as? Circumpharyngeal nerve connective, which surrounds the pharynx. So that is called circumpharyngeal nerve connective. We say it as circumpharyngeal. Circum means surround. Surround what? Pharynx. The circumpharyngeal nerve connective. So suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia, which is above the pharynx, subpharyngeal nerve ganglia, who is present below the pharynx, are connected each other by circumpharyngeal nerve, that connective, which forms nerve ring. A nerve ring that you need to remember. Nerve ring. So where does the nerve ring is formed? Nerve ring which surrounds the pharynx. Nerve ring surrounds the pharynx. That you have to remember because in case of cockroach, nerve ring surround the esophagus. Now here it is the nerve ring surround the pharynx. Let me say once again, a nerve ganglia above the pharynx in the third segment is said to be suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia. Okay, nerve ganglia in the fourth segment that below the pharynx is said to be subpharyngeal nerve ganglia. Suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia connected to the subpharyngeal nerve ganglia with the help of circumpharyngeal nerve connective. So that to be remembered. Okay, next, what next? The next, the nerve cord, double ventral solid nerve cord. The double ventral solid nerve cord is present, which contain ganglia. Double ventral solid nerve cord is present here. So let me show you. A double ventral solid nerve cord is present here. Double ventral solid nerve cord. So two double, what is meaning of double? Double means two. Ventral, that indicates the location. Solid, that means that's not hollow. Ganglionated, that means it contains ganglia in every segment. Every segment it contains ganglia. So that's why it is named as this particular nerve ganglia. This nerve cord. Nerve cord is named as Double, this is very important to be remembered. Double ventral solid ganglionated, solid ganglionated nerve cord. The red one I am showing, that is ganglia. The double ventral solid ganglionated nerve cord is present, which is sending nerves in every segment. That nerves from here will go to every segment. Okay, so like this, the nerves will come from here, will go to every segment. That means respective segment. A nerve ganglia which is present. So shall we label this also? This is nerve ganglia. The nerve ganglia. That means fifth segment onwards, that we have nerve ganglia. Fifth segment onwards, nerve ganglia are present. In every segment, a pair of nerve ganglia are present here. Okay. So that means we have to compare with the chordates. That means for with us, when we compare, we have single, dorsal, hollow, non-ganglionated nerve cord. That's why I said for comparison, you have to remember this. That invertebrate nerve cord is present, it is like this: double ventral solid ganglionated nerve cord. Full contrast to the chordates. In case of chordates, single, dorsal, hollow, non-ganglionated nerve cord is present. We call it as spinal cord in human being, if we remember. Okay. So nerve sending is going to be like this. That means the suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia sending nerves to their respective segment. That means in the first segment, prostomium, they are sending. So in the same way, subpharyngeal nerve ganglia covers the second and third segment with fourth segment. Likewise, no matter where they are going, that doesn't matter for us. Just you need to remember two issues from here, which nerve ganglia, nerve ring surround the pharynx. One thing, nerve ring surround the pharynx. And thereafter, they have double ventral solid ganglionated nerve cord. Double ventral solid ganglionated nerve cord. Next, need to check with receptors also. Receptors. That there are three types of receptors are present. Epidermal receptors are present, showing with the dots here. Epidermal receptor present in the epidermis on the ventral and lateral sides of the earthworm. Epidermal receptors are present on the ventral and lateral sides of the earthworm. That is for ground vibration. That is to receive the ground vibration. Okay. Next, buccal receptors. Buccal receptors are itself present in the buccal cavity for the taste of the food material. Buccal receptors will be helpful. Okay, then the special receptors which are present in the dorsal side of first segment and prostomium are said to be one or two segments of the initial side are said to be photoreceptors. We call them as photoreceptor. These dots, when you see them in microscope, you can see the photoreceptor. That a photoreceptor will be with L-shaped optic organelle, which is called as phyosome. L-shaped optic organelle, which is called phyosome. This one is present. That phyosome or L-shaped optic organelle is helpful for the vision angle here. You can't say vision. That simply what you can say, they are helpful for presence or absence of the light. Okay, presence or absence of light. There is a phyosome in the photoreceptor. Photo, that means light. Receptor, that means can identify the light. That means you may know that nocturnal animal it is, earthworm. So that means with the help of these photoreceptors, don't say that they are present there, the location I am showing. So here it is, I am showing in microscope. The dots. Location is going to be in the first two segments along with the prostomium. These kind of many photoreceptors are present. These photoreceptors are helpful for identification of presence or absence of the light. That means you need to understand. The earthworm doesn't have any special mechanism for vision, for hearing. All these kind of issues are not there in earthworm. Very primitive. That slowly developing. That means we said bilaterally symmetrical animals, the nervous system will well develop. Means we started from platyhelminthes, isn't it? So then next in the nematoda, little better. Next annelida, then arthropoda, mollusca, likewise echinodermata. When you go move forward, fishes, amphibian, reptile, aves, mammal, the nervous system will be much developed. Here it was reached peak in case of human being. but at least there is a ganglia and above the pharynx. We named it as suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia, or we can call it as a cerebral ganglia. We can say it as cerebral ganglia, or you may call it as brain, whatever. If that particular ganglia is considered, can be as brain even. So that's it about the nervous system of earthworm. Okay, nervous system of earthworm we discuss now, and let us see how it is given in the text about this particular earthworm. That how it was mentioned in the text. That we have to check it out. Nervous system of earthworm in textbook. Let us see the nervous system of earthworm in.
Screen is not visible, sir.
Okay, sir. Wait. Nervous system in textbook. Nervous system consists of a nerve ring. Talking about the nerve ring, that what we said, that suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia, subpharyngeal nerve ganglia, and both are connected by circumpharyngeal nerve connective that form nerve ring. Okay. Then which surround the pharynx. Nerve ring surround the pharynx. In the third segment, that means suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia. In the fourth segment, that means subpharyngeal nerve ganglia. Then after, a double ventral nerve cord. That I added little bit. Double ventral solid nerve cord, which ganglia it contains. Next, cerebral ganglia. Who is cerebral ganglia? This one, suprapharyngeal nerve ganglia itself called cerebral ganglia, that is itself called brain. Along with other nerves in the ring. Along with other nerves in the ring. Which ring? This ring. Nerve ring. The total nerve ring. The total, it is called nerve ring. Integrates sensory input as well as command muscular responses of the body. Their sensory reception and sending messages that command muscular responses of the body. Next, sensory system consists of receptor cell. Sensory system consists of receptor cell that receive light. That means photoreceptors. Touch. That means, as I said, to epidermal receptor. Chemical stimuli. That means buccal receptors, which are present in the buccal chamber. Okay, these sense organs are located mostly in the anterior part of the body. That means epidermal and buccal and photoreceptors are present an anterior part of the body. Just we have shown here that epidermal and buccal receptors are present on the anterior part of the body. Then the buccal and photoreceptor, these two. Okay, epidermal receptor present almost all over the body. Okay, so that's the story of earthworm nervous system of earthworm. Okay, next,